Hey guys, I wanted to try something new, so this video is going to be me taking footage given to me from a viewer and reviewing it while giving advice about what was done right or wrong. This is an idea that was kind of being talked about during one of my streams, and a viewer sent me in a video basically right away to review, so this is going to be me giving it a go. This is going to be a bit of a trial run, so we'll see how this goes, and you guys can give me any feedback you have so we could do more of these in the future. Alright, let's jump into this. Okay, first things first. Playing Michael Myers, and we're on Gas Heaven. Now, Gas Heaven's probably one of the hardest maps, so this is going to be interesting. Also see that you're on a console, L2 to stock, so this is not PC, this is console, which is probably why the Myers, I was gonna say Myers, not exactly the highest of tier killers, not bad either, but on console, Myers might actually be one of the better ones, right? I'd imagine Nurse would be pretty hard on console. Anyway, let's see. You start out by going right to your ruin totem, which pretty standard. You do got to be careful with that though, because sometimes people will see you going over to a side of the map right away. Hold on, I gotta pause right now. Sometimes people will see you going over to a side of the map, like straight off the bat, and then that'll basically reveal to them that something's there. Like they might not know where your ruin is, but like for instance, when I'm playing Survivor, I'll notice where the killer goes within the first 2 seconds, and then I'll go check there after he leaves, because it's very common for that. I mean, it's not a big deal. Obviously, if someone's breaking your totem right away, you want to chase them off it, so, take that how you will. I don't think that was a wrong play. This, though, like, kicking this gen is kind of an interesting play, because it was only regressed, like, this gen's only worked on for, like, a second. You're literally taking, like, the 2 seconds, 3 seconds to come over and kick this to regress it like 2 seconds. So like whoever's here, unless you find them right now, they're either just gonna go back and tap it, or even if not, it's just gonna regress like 2 seconds. It's not really worth it. Unless this is like a next level strat and then you back away and then come back to catch them tapping it. But like generally the time it takes to kick gens is usually not worth it. That's a big mistake I see people make, is kicking gens early. And then, oh, well, never mind. You're a genius. Never mind. I lied. You're a genius. I don't know whether that was intentional or not, but that actually is something you can do to find people, is like kick a generator when you know someone's nearby. Sort of like leave or act like you're leaving. And then they're more than likely going to come tap it to stop their regression, right? Because why wouldn't they? And then you come back to catch them at the gen. So I don't know whether that was on purpose or not, but that was a really good play regardless of whether it was on purpose or accident. But if it was on accident, then definitely be careful about the gen kicking, because, I see a lot of like newer killers doing that whenever they shouldn't, basically. All right, you're still tier 1. Scratch marks disappeared. This guy could be back here. He could be in that locker. He could be, ooh, I think he might have been in that locker. I think he was in that locker back there. Okay, so you lost that guy, but he had a pretty good lead and then he started walking, so he could have been in a lot of places. That's not too crazy. You might have been able to find that guy. I think he might have been in that locker, but like this kick, not really that necessary, Like you don't know that anybody's there, so like you're just taking the time to regress it like 2 seconds. Which, like, I know it's not that big of a deal taking like 2 seconds to kick a gen. People are like, oh, but it's only 2 seconds. But man, 2 seconds, like, I don't know. That's time you could be out pressuring, right? Anyway, let's talk about your build. Your build's pretty good. Barbecue and Chili. This is like a pretty standard Miners build, to be honest. Barbecue and Chili, Enduring, Modern Abuse, Hextru, and Modern Abuse obviously amazing because of his reduced terror radius. Enduring is great because he deals with pallets. Barbecue and Chili helps you find people after hooks, as well as giving you double blood points. And Hextru slows down the game, which is pretty necessary on a slow guy like Myers, so that's fine. Still checking on your totem, making sure no one's cleansing it. Probably the right place, since you can't find anybody right now. Oh, there's someone here. Oh, he was gen tapping. That man was gen tapping. I saw it. Almost got the grab, but not quite. Looks like I think he went behind you back there. You can kind of see. It looks kind of hard to tell. I don't know if this is a console thing, but the scratch marks look really difficult to tell. Yeah, I mean, it could be in these lockers too, I guess. There goes your ruin. No. Okay, I think I'm going to back it up until after you hit him. I think, like, it looks to me like the scratch marks Like, I don't know why you went out front. That was weird. I wish you would have looked at him so I could have saw where you went. You kind of like looked away after you hit him, so I couldn't really tell. But it looks to me like the scratch marks are going up here on the right side. Like right here. I think that's a blood trail, right? I think that might be like a blood trail. I think he just ran over to the left. I think that's where he went. This also might be like a console thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna back this up one more time. I'm sure you guys are probably getting annoyed with me backing this up. But I think this might be like a console thing, right? Like you hit him and then you immediately look to the left. And then like to turn back to the right a whole 180 degrees, you have to like turn your controller right. It's not really like a smooth motion because it's not a mouse, it's a controller. So I think that's what caused that. I guess that's just part of playing on console. It's hard to say, man. I've never played this game on console, but I imagine that's probably something to do with it. Anyway, we're gonna jump ahead. You check the lockers. He's not in the lockers. All right, so let's see what you do from here. I'm curious if he's at this pallet. No. Oh, there he is. You got his blood trail. All right. All right, you get the pallets done. Oh, okay. He's probably... Where... Are you gonna find him? Wait. Are you leaving without finding him? Oh man. Okay, he's probably, for the record, how most good survivors play. Like, okay, you eat a pallet here, right? Wait, hold on. This isn't even that was post pallet eat. Okay, you eat this pallet, and this pallet here is a safe pallet. Okay, like this pallet is loopable. You can't really like if this survivor is hypothetically good. This pallet, you can't really get a hit at this pallet, right? Like, if she knows how to loop it correctly, you can't get a hit until it's broken. Unless you get, like, Bloodlust 3 or something, but that's not generally worth it. So, assuming she's a good survivor, I don't know. I haven't seen enough to know yet, but assuming she's a good survivor, she's not going to leave. She's going to, like, bait like she's leaving, like, right there. She kind of just baited. And she's probably, like, right now, she's probably on her way back to the pallet. That's what I would do. That's what most good survivors would do. They wouldn't leave the pallet that's safe. They would stay there until you break it. I think these scratch marks were her starting to run away until she realized, like, oh shit, the killer isn't breaking the pallet. And then she probably ran back to it. My guess is she's, like, over on the other side, like to your right on the other side of the pallet. I could be wrong, but that's where I guess she is. And I feel like that's, I mean, she's not up here, so I feel like that's where she'd have to be. All right, you found a fang. I could be wrong about that one. I'm not sure, but I definitely know that that's how they play. You respected that palette, which was weird. But then she messed up, and then you messed up. Oh my god, that was a huge series of mess ups. Holy shit. Okay. You respected the palette. Hey, you got a hit on her anyway, so good job. But you respected this palette even with enduring, which is weird. Like, you're running enduring specifically so you don't have to do that. But I mean, I don't know. I get it. Even I do it sometimes as like a slip up. It happens. But it doesn't matter. You got 360, which again is probably a console thing. You know, it's probably hard to hit 316 survivors with a controller. And then you got a hit anyway, so fuck it. And then you drop the chase to come get this Meg, and that was laggy. That was very laggy. What the hell? That was an aggressive swing right there. Okay, she sprint burst away. I mean, if she was camping that pallet, then I get what you were trying to do, but she wasn't, so... I mean, it was fair. It was a fair play. I don't think it was a bad play. It wasn't correct for the right thing, but I see what you were trying to do. Alright. Avoiding breaking that pallet was good, because that pallet's garbage. Doesn't really do much. You can kind of just go around it. And it gets you a hit. Nice, nice. If you had broken that pallet back there, you wouldn't have gotten that hit, probably, so you're good. Wow, that was an early pallet throw. That Meg. Interesting. Interesting. Wow, that's an interesting player right there. I want to see... Hold on. I kind of assume this is high ranks. I'm going to cheat for a second. Okay, this is... So you're rank 1, and they're all, like, red ranks. They're all at least red rank. Oh, I guess you're technically rank 2. But it shows you rank 1 because of the bug. Okay, well, also, I love your name. I am legend with X's and 3s. Hell yeah. Anyway, you're rank 2. These guys... Okay, so these guys are high rank. Oh, God, where was I? Oh, no. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, here we are. Anyway, this Meg is playing interesting. She threw that pallet, like, insanely early, and then she ran way out here where there's nothing. This Meg is very questionable, but, you know, that happens. Even even at rank 1, a lot of the time I'll find survivors and killers that are both not. Like, that was a complete, that Meg, I don't know what she was doing. She could have easily stayed at that pallet she thrown and forced you to break it. But regardless, you got it down. Also, I think it's important to note that this is your first down, and we're like 5.5 minutes into the match. That's generally not good. Like, I don't know if like the play, no, I mean the play isn't really that different. Like they already got 3 gens done. So something you can do to stop this, by the way, I kind of noticed something you were struggling with like throughout the whole early game was just finding people. Like, you were struggling to find people. It kind of cut right there, which was weird. I don't know why you cut it rather than just having it. It doesn't look like we missed anything. But yeah, like whispers helps you a ton with finding people. So I noticed that early game you spent like a good, I don't know, 2 minutes. I'm curious like when your first hit was. Where was I? I was at like 5. I just want to make sure I can get back to where I was. Okay, yeah, it was you got to down at like 5:30. Okay, so like when was your actual like first even hit? I mean, your first down was at 5:30, but like I feel like you didn't even find anyone. I think you got a hit before this, but you just got like a couple hits here and there. It took you so long before you even actually got like a down. That's really not, oh god, we skipped too far ahead. That's really not good, you know? You need to be able to like pressure the map earlier than that. Whispers is really good for that, by the way. If that's something that you struggle with constantly, I don't know if maybe this was just a bad game. If this was just a bad game, you could ignore my advice. But if that's something that you struggle with, finding people early game, then Whispers will help you a lot. Alright, you're chasing this Meg back to the hook. You ignore that unhook. Questionable, but this Meg is just feeding you stocks, so that's fine too. She's playing this terribly. You get your stock to 99, which is really good, and now you're gonna... What the fuck? You're gonna lag. Oh my god, it's so... Is that me, or is that the recording? Hold on a second. Is this just what console play is like? What? This is just a recording. Is this what console play is like? Do you just lag this much? What the fuck? Anyway, you got the down, so like that was good. Okay, right here, you probably should have slugged, okay? The way Myers works, especially Myers, because he has a limited amount of one-shot downs, right? Like, you go to tier 3 and you have a minute of one-shot downs. We're gonna back it up again. This guy just blew a gen. Like, if you guys didn't see it here, we'll back up again, just so you guys can see it. But this guy to the left of you blows a gen, and then you down this guy. This lag, oh my god. See, the gen just blew, you down this guy. There's a guy like right here, like very close. If I were you, I would have not kicked this pallet and then went and tried to down that guy. You have 60 seconds of one-shot downs. That means for 60 seconds, you can go around just downing everybody that you can catch. You know what I mean? Which is a lot. That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. And if you like let that run out with only getting 1 down, not really that worth it. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't terrible play or anything. Don't get me wrong. It's not like this. You're a dumbass for doing this. But I think the optimal play would have been to slug and then go try to down another guy to create more pressure, especially considering there's only 2 gens left and you have only gotten like 1 hook. You kind of need to apply as much pressure as you can now, right? But alright, regardless, you get the hook. Your tier 3 is still up for a little while, so you're still hanging in there. And this Fang is just in a terrible spot, so you get a down on her. So good job. You already got 2 downs, you 3v1 and 3, so that's pretty worth. I don't know what she was doing there. She was in a these survivors don't really know how to position, I don't think. But regardless, good shit. You took advantage of it, which is good. Get another hook. Very good. Coming back to the first hook. Looks like they are gonzo. Yeah, get rid of the safe house. Not a bad bet. Still have a little bit of tier 3 left, if you can find somebody. And you do, but this is gonna be... yeah, this pallet is really safe. This Meg is, though, actually... Oh my god, she's slow vaulted. Oh no, she's slow vaulted. Oh lordy. Oh lordy. Alright, well, okay. What I'm gonna say about this play is that this is really good on your part. I don't know whether this was you remembering that this, like, baller short outfit Meg was not the greatest. I mean, I'm gonna sound kind of mean right now, but like this Meg is sort of bad, right? She doesn't really know how to play the game optimally. So I don't know whether you remembered that from earlier, because you downed this Meg earlier. I remember she was the one that like threw a pallet super early and then like ran ahead and went in the middle of nowhere. This Meg clearly doesn't really know how to play that well. So I don't know whether you remembered that and that's why you played this pallet, because normally if the survivor knows what they're doing, this pallet is incredibly safe. You're not getting a hit at it. But regardless, even if you didn't know that about this Meg, it still isn't a bad play as a killer to sort of like test your survivor, right? Like if you're chasing a survivor, sort of test them at a pallet, make sure that like they know what they're doing, you know? Like hypothetically, if you would have tried to mind game that and then after like 2 attempts you couldn't get a hit, you're like, okay, this person, this baller short Meg knows how to play pallets. From then on for the rest of the match, you know to not try to mind game them at, you know, safe tiles, and you know to kick tiles immediately, right? So I don't know whether that was like you remembering or whether that was just, you know, coincidence, but either way, that was a really good play. Really good play. And it was right before your evil within 3 ran out too, which makes it even better. This is not that's not a bad gen kick, for the record. That was not a bad gen kick. That's a side room beside a basement hook. So anyone that goes in there is more than likely going to go for the basement hook instead of the gen. And it's also in like a side room with only 1 entrance, so it's not easily accessible. So it's actually not a bad kick at all. There's only 1 gen left, and that gen that she was working on was almost done, so that's sketchy. I'm really glad you didn't stop to do that one. What? That was an interesting play. That didn't blind you? Oh my god, get wrecked. All right, and anyway, this was an interesting play. I kind of want to watch this again. Okay, so she takes the window, and then you do just like a quick stutter step, and it works. That's weird. She like slow vaults the window. That was an amazing prediction on your part. Normally in that situation, they would probably just like run to the side, like over here. But regardless, you played it perfectly, depending on what, like, knowing now what she did, you played it perfectly. So good job. Although she did dead hard right here, but you can't really like, you were probably so stunned that she slow vaulted that you probably weren't looking for it, which I get. And then she fails the blind somehow. I don't even know how she messed that up, but either way, good down. Like that was great. That was Shaq, one of the safest pallets, or was it literally the safest tile almost in the whole game, and you just downed her at it. So good job. It was a lot of misplay on her part, but regardless, you took advantage of her misplay, which is what killer's all about. So good job. Yeah, definitely gotta kick that gen. That thing's ready to go. That thing is ready to go. The one in the garage is also almost ready to go, so you definitely gotta watch for that. Okay, that was like the infinite window, so you're gonna ignore that, right? Right, yes. Smart man. Very powerful window. Oh, that Meg never healed. Okay, see, that's modern abuse value right there. She didn't even hear you coming until you were right there. And she was injured. She didn't get a chance to heal herself, so that was a good job. That was a really good find right there. Good job. Hook her, so I'm guessing the first guy's gonna get unhooked. And, ooh, that was a good find. Wow. Okay. All right, I see you, man. That was a good find. I would have not known to look there, if I'm gonna be honest. You get your tier 3? That was just like a random finding a tree behind, or finding a Meg behind a tree. Almost said it backwards. Yo, good job though, down here. The first guy still didn't get unhooked. What? They unhooked the second guy. Oh no, the first guy is still on the hook. He's in struggle. He's been on the hook for like a whole minute. There we go. Okay, he got unhooked. Okay, that Meg's dead. So nice. Now you're down to 3. There's still only 1 gen, so like, not the greatest, but I mean, you're still doing good. The guy that you killed was the one who didn't really seem to know what he was doing. There's a guy to your left. You saw him. He'll probably, yeah, that was a good try, but he'll probably gonna make that pallet. Yeah. Again, you're trying to play this pallet, which looks like this Fang knows what she's doing. See, good. So I think you do. I think you might know what you're doing. You tried to play it once, realize the Fang knows what she's doing, and then you don't, which is smart. That's really smart. That's definitely the way to do it. You want to test them and make sure they know what they're doing, right? That Fang clearly knows what she's doing. That was a pretty aggressive swing, but, you know, whatever. Ooh. Nice. Saw the Claudette. Iron Will is the best perk in the game, no doubt. Got her. Good job, man. All right, and then Slugger, which is smart. Smart. I would have been upset if you picked her up. You slugged her because you still have some evil within 3 left. Ooh, nice cut off there. She made a mistake. She didn't look back to see you right there. Right as your evil within 3 ran out too. That was really good. That was super good. The choice to slug there, as well as managing to catch that Feng before your evil within 3 ran out. Hypothetically, if your evil within 3 runs out there and you only get a hit, wow, that's a pretty cool pause frame. Anyway, if your evil within 3 runs out right there and you only get like a 1 damage hit or whatever, like a tier 2 hit, don't know if you continue that chase, to be honest, because if you continue that chase and then the other guy gets picked up, you might want to go back and pick up the guy in that situation. Regardless, you do get the down, so doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Ignore my rant. Good job, man. You played it good. So you're going back to get the Claudette now, who is probably in Narnia. You know, I have like 3,500 hours in this game. I still get amazed every single time I see how far people can crawl while they're down. This guy is probably like about the exit gate by now, I'd bet. Okay, not really that far, but people can crawl really far where they're down. So you give up on finding her, and then you... Are you just camping this hook? See, I would check on that gate. I would go check on that gate, because hypothetically, if that gate gets opened and then the person runs up with borrowed time, you don't have enough stock to like stop them from getting the unhook, right? Well, maybe actually. You're a Myers, so you can just like hard camp it and stalk them until you get to tier 3. So I guess I see what you mean. It looks like the gate might already be open too. I couldn't really tell. It's hard for me to tell. It's kind of pixely, so it's hard for me to tell. But it looks like you're kind of just... Yeah, no, it's open. Alright, so it's just like... Looks like you're just like camping this kill out, which is not crazy, I guess. Honestly, I can't believe this guy didn't get picked up. You're basically like... Your play right here, you camping this hook guy to death, is basically you just saying, fuck it, I'll end the game with 2 kills and 2 people can get out, in my opinion. Because this third guy should be absolutely picking up this down guy. I don't know why this down guy isn't picked up. Unless he was like right under you and you didn't know it or something. But that other guy should have been picking up that dude. Like I don't know what he's been doing, to be honest. Now you're looking for the down guy, which is, you know, yeah. Again, he's probably in Narnia. Who knows where he can be? He's probably way up past this shack. Maybe? I don't even know. Honestly, he could be anywhere by now. You've been gone from the down for so long. He could be anywhere. He could be literally across the map by now, I think. So, oh, I heard him. Oh, you just walked over him? Did you not realize? Did you not realize again? It says pickup. Make sure you keep an eye out. Right down here where it says L2 stock. I know this bar is in the way right now, but where it says L2 stock, it'll say pickup. Right there, pickup. You gotta watch for that. Pickup, right there, bam. I think you might have... You hear her, but you can't find her. Okay, are you... Okay, you definitely know now, right? Not... Okay, you're not even looking for her, are you? You're looking for the last guy, I think. Right? Is that what's going on here? Like, I'm pretty sure you're looking for the last guy now. And not looking for the down guy, I don't think. Which, even if you find the last guy, you're just going to hit him and he's going to run out. So, I don't think it's going to do you any good. There you go. I don't know. You could have been looking for the down guy there. I'm actually not sure. Either way, if you were looking for the down guy, you walked over like 4 times. If you were looking for the other guy, then, yeah. Okay, this guy's dead on hook, so... That makes sense if you were looking for the last guy, because that guy was dead on hook. He's just going to leave now. There's really nothing... So that's just going to be a 3K. Unless this guy does something incredibly stupid, this is going to be a 3K, which is good. Like, honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of bad play involved in this video, to be honest. This was like a pretty solid... pretty solid play. I mean, Xbox, like, is this Xbox or PS4? I don't know. Console play seems weird. It seems very laggy. Nice. The classic teabagging Meg at the gate. Classic Dead by Daylight. Classic. But yeah, like, this was super good. I mean, this is Gas Heaven, one of the harder maps in the game. You're a high rank. You got 3 kills, which is great. I mean, hell, a lot of the times playing Gas Heaven, even as like a decent killer, you'll get like no kills. I've seen even really good killers get no kills on that map because, you know, sometimes it's just too hard, man. Map's just too strong. Anyway, I mean, that's pretty much it. Your add-ons, I didn't even realize you were running Hairbow, which I think makes Evil Within 3 last longer, but also take longer to fill up. I believe that's what Hairbow does. And that is J. Myers Memorial, I think, which makes you stock people, like, your stock fills up faster. So, like, you kind of stacked making your stock fill faster with one that makes your stock take longer to fill but last longer. So, this probably evens out to about regular fill up for Evil Within 3, but then it lasts longer. So those are add-ons, which is kind of important. I probably should have looked at those off the bat, but whatever. They're pretty standard. This is good though. I mean, the only thing I can maybe suggest, like this is just like a wild suggestion, is if you want more 4K potential, but maybe less blood points, you can replace Barbecue and Chili with Whispers. But again, then you'll get less blood points because you won't be getting the double blood points. So that's totally up to you. It's really hard to replace any perks on Myers. Myers is a very versatile killer. He can use a lot of perks, right? Like Modern Abuse, great on him. Hex Ruin is pretty necessary on killers these days, especially killers that aren't, you know, insane like Nurse. Enduring, you know, pretty amazing perk. Like all these perks are really good, so it's hard to find room for Whispers, but if you want help with like the struggle of finding people, Whispers is definitely what you want. But either way, well played. I mean, this was all around a super well played match, so good job. All right, guys, that was our first review. I'd definitely be interested in doing more of these, whether it's for Survivor or Killer. I'll keep the name of the person who submitted the video anonymous, so people aren't afraid to show bad gameplay out of embarrassment or whatever. And if you guys are interested in submitting footage yourself for me to review, you can join my Discord and send me a DM with footage and I'll consider it. The link to the Discord will be in the info panel below. Remember that if you liked the video, you can feel free to sub to the channel for more content that's similar. And thank you guys, everybody, for watching. Have a good one. I'll see ya.